Hello everyone, my name's Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. Today we're going to be talking about why twin flames run. Twin flames are basically famous for running. It's a huge part of the relationship, and many people wonder why. Why did this person leave? Why, after sharing such a deep, powerful connection, did this person walk away? These are questions we all find ourselves asking as twin flames. Oftentimes, especially if we identify as the divine feminine, who is often the quote-unquote chaser in the relationship. So why do twin flames run? Meeting a twin flame is one of the most monumental things you will ever experience in your life. And if you're a twin flame, you know what I'm talking about. Meeting your twin flame is looking into the eyes of another person and seeing your own soul reflected back to you with a kind of clarity. That leaves you absolutely breathless. I could do a whole separate video just on twin flame signs. In fact, I have a whole video just on eye contact signs alone, because that's just how powerful this connection is. There's so much to talk about, because we feel so much with a twin flame and they bring out so much within us. Did your twin flame leave you at the altar, so to speak? Maybe you weren't actually getting married, but this connection is truly so much deeper than marriage. It's spiritual, it's soul, core level. So, did your twin flame walk away? Let me know in the comments below if you consider yourself the runner or the chaser. I know these are just labels, too black and white to really describe the dynamic, but which one do you identify more with? If you identify as the chaser, then just by saying you're the chaser automatically means that you perceived your twin flame to be running. And I say perceived because the first thing we have to understand about a twin flame running is they're not truly running away from you. That's just how it looks on the surface. That's just how it might look to the people around you, but it's far too much of an oversimplification to really describe what's going on here. When your twin flame runs, as we say, they're running away from more than the connection. They're running away from what the connection brought out within them. You see, when we meet a twin flame, our world is turned upside down. It's in the very nature of the twin flame relationship. In fact, it's exactly what we made a contract with each other to do. We said, we're going to meet in this life. And when we meet, And yes, all of the circumstances were planned. You and your twin flame decided how you would meet, when you would meet. I'm talking about your higher selves long before you were born. And you said, this is where we will meet. This is how we will meet. And you also said, this is how we'll recognize each other. Yes, you came up with clues for each other, ways that you would know. Ways that even though we come into this world with spiritual amnesia, you had a contract with this person that said, when we meet each other, we'll know, and this is how we'll know. But you also knew, and your twin flame's higher self knew, that when you met, it would completely transform your lives and your world, and that it would be exhilarating and it's sometimes terrifying. For some of us, meeting our twin flame was our first touch with eternity in this lifetime. Maybe many of you were raised in a certain belief system or religion, and if not that, then I get the sense that many of you listening, for a long time in your youth or early childhood or even early adulthood, didn't believe that you existed before this life. Like many religions teach us that your existence begins at conception, and then at the end of a single lifetime, you die, you go to heaven or hell, however you describe that in the particular religion, and that's it. And I have a feeling that many of you believed that in one sense or another. Maybe you were an atheist, but you still believed that we only lived this one lifetime, that there was nothing before and nothing after. But then you met your twin flame. And your twin flame touched something within your soul that you didn't know was there. That had always been there, and that's why meeting them felt like home. It felt familiar. And when they touched that thing, it made you start to question everything. The reason I'm bringing all of this up is because to get insight into what your twin flame is feeling and why they ran or why twin flames run, you must first understand those feelings within yourself, because what many people don't understand when they label one twin flame the runner and one the chaser is that we're both running and chasing. That when we perceive our twin flame as running, that means that they are just reflecting something within ourselves that needs to be healed. Because our twin flames are always a perfect mirror of us. They can't be feeling or experiencing something that doesn't connect like puzzle pieces with something that we're feeling or experiencing. So anyway, when you met your twin flame, I'm sure you experienced all those earth-shaking feelings, and so did your twin. Now, the difference is, if you're the chaser, you most likely were more spiritually evolved than your twin, even if, and I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you're better than your twin flame. It's not about better or worse. It's about different states of being spiritually, different phases of life. So it's likely that even if you were, like I said, an atheist, a very non-spiritual person, or if you were raised in a religious institution and you had a very black and white view of religion and spirituality, there was something about your soul that was more prepared. I can't speak specifically to your situation because there are many of you watching this video, so I can't read your specific energy. But there was something about you that was more evolved for some reason. You had already been through some kind of event in your life that caused you either a dark night of the soul kind of moment or some kind of soul level evolution. Even if it didn't look like much of a change on the surface, it changed you, it pushed you enough spiritually that by the time you met your twin flame, you were more ready for the connection. Now, not completely ready because, like I said, your twin flame is a mirror, so if you were completely healed within yourself, completely prepared for the connection, then your twin flame wouldn't run. That's how we go about healing ourselves, healing our connection, and ultimately reuniting permanently with our twin. But you were further along. Now, I want you to imagine, try for a moment to put yourself in your twin flame's shoes. You're going about your life, living life however they were living, in whatever worldview they had, not really going through any experience that pushed them to explore spiritual things, or they hadn't had any big evolutionary soul level experience in this lifetime as of yet. Then all of a sudden, here comes this person, and bam, suddenly they're dreaming about them. They're even sharing dreams. They're seeing their name everywhere. They feel like you're familiar, like they know you from somewhere. They feel overwhelmed with feelings of love and just these deep, raw emotions coming up from deep within their being, from seemingly out of nowhere for someone who is still maybe almost a complete stranger. Imagine how that would feel if you'd had no preparation for that. And then not only that, but once they meet this person, their world seemingly starts to fall apart. And of course, we know that this falling apart is really just the dissolving away of everything that doesn't serve us, of everything that isn't part of our highest calling and purpose. But this coming together often at first looks like a falling apart. So from their perspective, they meet this person, get all these crazy signs, and then their world starts falling to pieces. It's natural when all that's happening and going on to want to look back, to want to go back. And yes, your twin flame will realize the truth and the depth of your connection. They will return as long as you continue healing, doing the inner work. But if they're still in the running stages, you have to understand they're watching their world fall apart and they're trying to pick up the pieces. And really, can you blame them? It's scary, this awakening process that often begins when we meet our twin flame, or maybe for you it began before. It's emotional. And for the divine masculines, which often the runners are divine masculine, all of that pain is doubled because not only are they experiencing these emotions, pain, guilt, fear, grief, but also they feel judged. They are judging themselves for even experiencing these emotions. And this is because they've been trained by society and through many lifetimes that they're supposed to be putting on a front of being very strong and what we consider, quote unquote, masculine and unstoppable and bold and a leader, and sometimes cold and unemotional. But this flood of emotions that they're feeling upon meeting you, their twin flame, is something that is out of their control. most of the time they strive to control or at least mask their emotions, but they can't when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection, and they're still trying to shove it down, to put on that front. They will realize that they can't. They will grow. Give them time, give them space. Have empathy for them, and most importantly, love and embrace them exactly as they are, because they are purging not just this one lifetime of programming, pain and hurt, but a whole eternity of lifetimes of trauma and societal programming about who they should be and what they should be. They will overcome. They will, because it's your destiny. And like I said earlier, like you and your twin flame's higher self orchestrated your meeting, you knew this would happen too. They knew, and you knew, that they would become afraid, and that for a period of time you would separate. Your higher selves also knew, and maybe you don't fully know or believe this yet, but you will, because your higher self knows, and their higher self knows, that just like you knew you would be separated, you knew that you would reunite. You knew that you would build a magnificent empire together, a beautiful life together, that you would serve a higher purpose on this planet. So if you're feeling discouraged right now, take heart, breathe, relax into the divine timing of your life and your connection. Trust. As I was meditating for this video, I just kept hearing the word trust, trust, trust. Make trust your mantra. Repeat it to yourself over and over again. If you'd like to heal your twin flame connection, you may be interested in a twin flame healing subliminal I've created. You can check it out for free on my sister YouTube channel, Sound and Soulful. It'll be linked at the bottom of the description box and in the pinned comment. This subliminal is very powerful because it incorporates the miracle tone and the love tone, 639 Hz and 432 Hz. As well as 693 Hz, and these are combined with a very soothing meditation track and subliminal affirmations to help you reaffirm deeply to your subconscious that you are safe, loved, worthy of this connection. It will help you send loving, healing energy that will help your twin flame through this period of separation, because you have to know, just like you are in pain during separation, so is your twin. They're grieving you just like you're grieving them. They're just purging through, working through, moving through a lot. So hopefully you'll find that track to be healing on your twin flame journey. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video, or I should say listening to this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, found comfort in it along your own journey with your twin flame. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet for more videos. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to hear about next regarding your twin flame or anything related to spirituality or the law of attraction. You can also check out our library of over 65 powerful subliminal affirmations tracks. You can get a 7-day free trial for unlimited access to any and all of these tracks. for a limited time, so be sure to check that out in the description box as well. Thank you for sharing this time and space with me here. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you in the next podcast.